But I was over halfway to the hospital, so turning around meant extra time getting my son treated. Is that my phone? Holy shit. It hasn't done that in years.
That's really good. Like, that's really good.
Yeah, even my phone doesn't like it. Yeah. So, oh yeah, did I mention that my son started falling asleep? Holy crap. Concussion? Who knows? But the hospital would be the place to go if that happened, right? To be able to diagnose concussion, and that is what sealed it. We drove to the hospital with Mom sitting in the back with little man holding gauze to his forehead, and we sang. We sang Itsy Bitsy Spider about 20 times to keep him awake, while holding gauze to his head. And each time we finished, he would say, "Try again." I made faces in the mirror so that he would laugh. And it wasn't until Sherry would readjust the gauze that I was reminded of the gash across his forehead. Each time it peeked out, his stomach did a little flip-flop. I'm no stranger to stitches. Hell, I've had a ton of them. And they don't bother me. Sight of blood? No, not so much. That little layer of subcutaneous fat right below the layer of skin? Not so much. But seeing all of those things on my son, big fucking deal. So guess what I'm getting at is that I've now been on both ends of that endeavor now. When I was 16, I cracked my noggin open on the swimming pool. I know now what my dad was feeling on that day. Part of you has to be the calm, cool, collected one. When all you want to do is freak out and make things better. You know, because freaking out totally makes things all better, right? And when I was 12, I had a cyst removed from my neck. The doctor didn't give me enough local anesthetic, and I felt the last part of the surgery as well as the stitching up. And I remember lying on the bed on my side as the doctor cut away and it kept cursing in German and Italian. Let that be a lesson, son. Always learn how to cuss in a different language so your mama doesn't know what you're saying. Scheisse. Then I was left wondering what he was cursing about. So the shot wore off, and it took my mom, not a small woman, and 2 other nurses to hold me down while he finished up. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't he just give me more of that no pain juice? No clue. Which is why I remember calling out to my mom. Couldn't she see that I was hurting? Couldn't she see that he was hurting me? And why didn't she stop him? I thought she was there to protect me. Not hold me down so this butcher just went to town on my neck. I just desperately wanted her to punch him and take me home to safety. Today, my son called out for me to pick him up. He screamed for Mom to take him home. And my heart wrenched as I knew what we were doing was the right thing. But part of me could totally relate to him, as all he wanted was for them to stop stabbing his boo-boo and let him go home and be safe again. I wanted to thrash everyone in the room and take him in my arms, mostly the nurse holding his head. I blame her for most of his pain. See, she was the one who packed the painkiller goo into his cut to begin with, and he flinched and she didn't get enough in. So when he got to that part of being sewed up, he felt it. And all we could do was hold him tight and pray that she sewed fast enough. You know, being a parent sucks sometimes. As we were getting ready to leave, the nurse brought a couple of stickers. He took a Thomas and Friends sticker and handed the Batman one to me. He said, "Sticker on, please," So I took the Thomas one and put it on his forearm like he wanted to. I tried to put the Batman one on him, and he was adamant that I should take it. Okay. So I put the sticker on my shirt and we left. In the car, he talked about the sticker. He said, Thomas sticker, good job. And of course, we reiterate what a good job he did. And then he said, Batman sticker, good job, Daddy. I guess he saw how much I was struggling and thought I needed a good job sticker too. I've never worn a sticker with more pride than I did that Batman. It's over, we're home, he's running around eating an ice pop and watching Tangled. The only thing to show that he's been through hell today is a large gauze pad taped over his eyebrow. He's not even acting like it's bugging him too much. Me, on the other hand, I'm still trying to live it down. My brain keeps processing the worst parts over and over again in 1080p with ultra surround sound. Oh, and it's also in 3D and slow motion. I'm relieved, and for some reason, a little part of me just wants to break down and cry a little. Not sure why, but it probably has to do with the fact that I prayed to take his pain away. And maybe I'm just processing a little bit of it. Because he sure didn't act like anything's bothering him. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This kid has the tough. That was from November of 2011. There's more. I got contacted almost, in February of 2012. So we're almost exactly 4 years ago. And this was the post that I was sent to. Earning our stickers. Last month I read a post about a dad who earned his stickers by standing by a suffering kid in an ER bed. Today that was me. And I had to go and read it again. You live your life and realize that each setback prepares you for a future success. And you learn to take things easy. After all, if you fall, you get back up. You get injured, you go to the doctor. No big deal anymore. Then you have a kid, one day she falls. A silly little fall, but she's living. So you go to the doctor, and after a day of monitoring, she sends your girl to get an x-ray, and you see that your tiny little girl, who can barely say 10 words, but one of them is hurt, is lying down on this huge bed, and you realize that nothing has prepared you for that. She's fine. The worst case would have been a fracture, which is, in the end, isn't a big deal, at least not when compared to some of the stories I've read on Twitter and on blogs from their parents. How do these people go through it? How do they sit by and watch their little kids in these big beds? I've earned my stickers today. Didn't cry once, neither did she. One hurdle passed, another one coming soon. Our boy will go into surgery later this month. Again, nothing complicated, the doctor says. 30 years, never lost a patient. Lost a patient. Just let this month be over. This blog post was my turning point. This was the watershed moment. This was the moment that Orrin Miller reached out to me. Not as a blogger, but as a dad, who said, it was that connection as a parent. And at the time, it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad we kind of had this moment. And it was shortly after that I started getting the invite for the Dad Blogger group. And everything has snowballed from there and led to right now. Had I not written that blog post, would I still be here? I don't know, maybe. Who's to say? But Orrin reaching out to me, that was that connection. And that's the connection that we all have in this room through different ways, for whatever reason, whatever post we're writing. And that's why I wanted to come here, because that was a moment I did not see for the gravity of what it was at the time. And now, it's part of his legacy.